Welcome to our Thursday night live stream.
I'm Rachel.
And I'm Joe.
And we are two crazy ketos.
And if you're new to our channel, welcome. Here on Two Crazy Ketos, we do different things like recipe videos and we do product reviews. We talk about various keto topics, and every Monday we go live on Keto Beyond the Couch because life exists beyond the couch.
You can find us in different social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
And we have a website, which is twocrazyketos.com, and that's where you're going to find all of our different recipes. Now, we do upload at least 5 new videos every single week, so make sure you subscribe to our channel.
And don't forget to hit the little bell icon. That way, every single time Joe's so cute, I can't concentrate. You'll be alerted to it.
I got distracted by Ola's comment that she paid for the Vegas conference and booked the hotel. Work's going to pay.
I love it.
I got distracted between the work's going to pay and me going, I should probably contact Dave Feldman to find out what we need to do.
Well,
because, it's only a couple months away.
I'm trying to figure out, times. When does the conference begin? And people have been asking about that.
I'm not running the conference. Dave just said, are you coming? But that's pretty much it.
We're crashing at your house, Dave.
Lacrosse assigner is going to freak.
Because you're
I'm missing, 75% of lacrosse season.
When it comes to volunteers even, and someone would be like, I am 100% of the time, 30% of the time.
Well, that's why at church, I really want to run a connect group, but we're never home.
You can't commit to it.
I can't commit to and me, if I can't do something 100%, I don't want to do it.
Right.
It's I got an email from someone today. What are we planning on starting the podcast up? We want to.
Yeah.
We're trying to figure out how to, but if we can't do it 100%, I don't want to do it. We committed, we were doing 2, and then we couldn't handle that, and then things got busy, and then we ran out of ideas, and I'm like, I don't like the idea of we'll put one up whenever, and maybe this week you get 2 and you don't get another one for 6 months.
Hey.
That's what we do with our RV channel.
Right.
And I have a whole bunch of videos that I need to edit or that I need to finish for the RV channel. But it's just so Two Crazy Ketos is the most important thing in my life other than you, my children, and my grandchild.
Aw.
And I need to do it with excellence. And if I can't do it with excellence, I don't want to do it.
You're I can't do it. I'll tell you what, if I come across a little bit punch drunk tonight, it is because...
Were you drinking?
No.
Without me?
No. I have committed to, our church is doing,
Is this a hint?
Well, I just thought you'd look cute in it. We're about to go on a cruise.
I thought maybe I had a cut on my head.
No.
Because you scratched me the other day.
I'm sorry. I'm very expressive with my hands. So they're doing get the year started out right, 21 days of prayer, and so I have to be up at 4:30 and on the road by 5:30. So it's awesome.
Still better than Anthony.
I feel very productive in the early mornings time, but then by 6 p.m. I'm worse than the chickens. I'm like, ladies, it's time to go to bed. It's 6 p.m. So I'm let's do this.
So welcome to our Thursday night live stream. If you are new here, our Thursday live streams are our chance to hang out with our community. Our channel is all about community. We like to take this time to just see how everybody's doing, answer questions and comments about keto, about carnivore. You can pretty much ask anything within reason. And the best way to do that is to type question and then your question, or you can use the super chat function, which is the $sign that is in the chat window. We greatly appreciate when you use it. It does benefit us that we do. This is our full-time job. And so it does help us out. We really appreciate it.
What?
It also highlights our screen. But more importantly, I want to always say that here we answer as many questions as we can. We don't only answer super chat questions. I don't know what you're looking at. I'm afraid to know what you're looking at.
Yeah. Well, no, I just have a question.
Okay.
What about my headband suggests to you that we only answer questions within reason? Is there anything that you sense about me that is within reason?
Well,
we're outside of reason.
I can answer the question.
You have an unreasonable
within
question?
the last week.
Okay. Within reason?
Figure out what that answer is To what question? Within the last week. Yes, the answer is yes.
Yes.
It has happened within the last week.
Has it?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know. Listen, we've had a great productive day. We are going away on the Two Crazy Ketos getaway cruise.
So excited. Are you guys packed?
On Monday. We're so excited for it. For those of you who are going on the cruise flying into Fort Lauderdale, let us know. Maybe we can try to get together on Sunday evening or something like that. Also, if you're in our Mighty Networks, which if you're not, I don't know why, it's completely free. Go join it now, members.twocrazyketos.com. It's where we're all about community. But I put a thing in the 2KK Getaway Cruise section, which is open to everybody, not just people going on the cruise, I am trying to book the fall, early/winter 2KK Getaway Cruise. And believe it or not, like, I don't know, they say nobody's got money. The cruises are like sold out.
I know.
Like sold out. Like I'm like, I want this. Nope, no cabins left. Nope, no cabins left.
Somebody's cruising.
Almost everything through November on Royal Caribbean, leaving out of Florida, is sold out. Like sold out. Even Icon of the Seas is sold out, and that's $3,000 per person for an interior cabin.
No.
Like it's insane. So I put 4 options in the 2KK Getaway Cruise.
Okay.
So I want to book it by Sunday. I want to get our block of rooms done for a couple reasons. Number one, the rates have gone up 3 times since I've been looking at them.
Dear Lord.
Okay, not a lot, but $50, $75, enough that it concerns me. Number 2, if you're going on the 2KK Getaway Cruise this time, or if you're going in May on the low carb cruise or another Royal Caribbean cruise, and you visit the
Robin.
What is that thing? The Next Cruise Desk, and you get a voucher saying, "Hey, like I'm gonna book another cruise," and then you take that voucher and you call me up. You will get an extra on all of those cruises if you get an ocean view balcony, $100 onboard credit. But you have to get the voucher when you're on a current cruise.
Right.
So I want to have that kind of set up for people if they want to do it.
Okay, so Robin brings up a friendly reminder that I need to bring half the clothes.
Well, she really did have to bring half the clothes because her suitcase, she's resorted to a half a suitcase.
Dang it.
Because her suitcase is filled with all the goodie bags.
Which is cool. That's fun.
Right.
Right.
So,
but you know what that means? I have an entire ginormous suitcase to bring crap home. So, like, I can do.
You know, you just visited these same 2 places 3
shopping.
weeks ago.
I know, but I was very conservative.
But you brought home too much stuff from that one, too.
With souvenirs because I didn't have room in my suitcase. And now there's tons. Okay, all joking aside, I am going to be reasonable with the clothing. And here's why. I went shopping with my mama bear. First of all, because I needed some just slip-on shows.
We're getting super chats here.
That didn't, like, you don't put your toes through it because I still can't use my foot right. My foot is still jacked up. But, so we went to the mall, and I'm looking for those, like, after Christmas sales where
they don't exist anymore.
What is happening? I looked for a pair of flip-flops at like Shoe Carnival. If you've got Carnival in the title, you are not Nordstrom, okay? You're not Saks Fifth Avenue if you got Carnivore in your store title.
Carnival?
Carnival. I've got World Carnivore Month on my brain. Okay. Here's the thing though. I couldn't find shoes for less than $65. $65 for a pair of flip-flops? What? No. So we went to our local thrift store and I got 2 pairs of slip-on shoes. 2 pairs in great shape. And I think I paid $10 for both of them.
You also got almost as good of like deals, like thrift store deals at Victoria's Secret's semi-annual sale.
I didn't buy the underwears.
No, she bought clothes.
Leisure wear.
$90 down to $10, and then we played the game because they had this game of if you spend $100, you get $25, spend $150, you get $50. So we like mixed and matched all of this stuff and then like broke it into a couple of orders so that you can kept getting $50 deals.
Play the game.
Play the game.
But now I'm like, I will be cloaked in velvet. It'd be like, that's beautiful. What is that, velvet?
So anyway, we've been super productive because we want to make sure that even though we're going to be on a cruise, there are videos. So we
Yes.
spent the day recording some videos, and we are starting a new series. I'm so excited for this series because, as you can tell, if you are brand new here right now, we are already 12 minutes in and we haven't looked at the comments yet because we don't know how to shut up.
Shut up!
So we've created a new series, answering your keto and carnivore questions, and we must do it in 5 minutes or less.
Can we do it?
First one comes out tomorrow, and I think it
Mañana.
is really, really good.
Well, it's 5 minutes, I hope. I mean, that's the thing. I still have to watch it because...
And it's got to be a good answer. Can we answer the question well?
Right.
In 5 minutes or less.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
Okay.
we certainly usually can't say hello in 5 minutes or less.
Jen Werner just became a member.
Thank you very much,
Thank
Jen.
you. Welcome.
Mary, thank you very much for the $1.99 super chat. And then another $1.99
What?
super chat said, absolutely love you guys.
Thank you,
very
Mary.
much
Thanks for being here.
supporting us. Also, I'm so excited I can't tell you what, but make sure you are subscribed. Make sure you have hit that bell button because we have a huge announcement coming out the week after we get home from the cruise.
Yeah.
Actually, it's like the Tuesday after we get home from the cruise. And my belief is it is going to change the face of Two Crazy Ketos forever.
Yes.
I also think that this announcement is possibly going to get us to 100,000 subscribers.
I hope so.
So that we can
Sooner,
give
at
away
least. A cruise.
a ticket for the 2KK Getaway Fall Cruise.
That's what I'm hoping. That is...
Like, I am so excited about this. I can't believe the way God has blessed us with this.
Thank
but
you,
we
Lord.
can't tell you.
We can't tell
for
you
2
yet.
more weeks.
Yes, we have to wait. But it's going to be awesome.
Cody, thank you very much for the $9.99
Cody!
super chat. Said, hey, Joe and Rachel, first, could you please say hi to Pam?
Hi, Pam.
Question, I've started triple beanie in January, and I've had acid reflux every night. It wakes me up at about 3 a.m. Do you have any thoughts? Ooh.
That's a great
Usually
question.
beef, butter, bacon, and egg kind of makes acid
Helps
reflux go
reduce it.
away. I'd have to know more, like, what time are you eating? Maybe try eating a little bit earlier. Also, Dr. Barry has talked about maybe just taking, like, a book and putting it under the head of your bed. Like, not your pillow, but lifting your whole bed up. Just like
Right,
that.
so that you're,
So
like,
it's,
slanting
slightly
it.
on an angle.
Yeah.
But other than that, like, I think that the best place to get an answer, Dr. Barry's got a whole video on acid reflux because we're not doctors, nurses, or health professionals.
Ooh, Becca's got a good
Price,
guess.
bite your tongue.
Not without a miracle. Not without a miracle is Rachel pregnant. Not without a miracle.
Oh, no, Rachel is not pregnant.
I'm not pregnant.
No.
What? You're giving me a face.
Rachel's not pregnant, and so far as we know, neither are any of our children.
It's okay, there you go. And Robin's got it. We're all thinking the same thing. Of course, maybe we entered into a sci-fi fantasy world, and it's Joe that's pregnant. Would that be awesome?
The Keto Road is here.
Hey!
Why I'm drinking this is probably why I'm so like excited, but I'm currently drinking some pre-workout from
Nice.
the Keto Road right now.
I've got some mango flavored salty going on in here. And I saw Lynette is here. I saw that you were going on some hikes already this year. You guys look amazing. And I love that family vacations, they always do something super active in her family.
Yeah.
Like, I think that is
they do great
amazing.
things.
I love it.
Trish is here, said just got back home from our 2-week cruise. Yeah. It's been a little cold.
It has been
I've been
cold.
doing a bunch of scuba diving. I got 9 dives done this past week, and it was colder on the boat than it was in the water. And I called up Hugh, the owner of the dive shop that I teach through, and I said to him, I want a dry suit. And he's like, you live in Florida. I'm like, I want a dry suit. I'm like, I don't want the dry suit for in the water. I want the dry suit for on the boat. And he's like, there's something better. They have this thing. It's like a surfer's vest. It's a heated vest that has a battery pack that surfers wear under their wetsuit.
You don't electrocute yourself?
No, it's all like waterproof and everything. And surfers wear it so that they can go surfing in like ice cold water. And he's like, so you put that on under your wetsuit, and then you're warm in the water and you're warm out of the water. And I'm like, I want it because it's been like 50-something degrees on the boat, and then the wind is whipping you.
You know, there's people watching right now. They're like 50 degrees, and you need to actually bring in technology to handle it. Where?
Well,
it's
when
like
you're
20
getting,
degrees in other places.
Yeah, but when you're getting out of the water and you're soaking wet and you're wearing a wetsuit and that wind is whipping on you, it's cold.
I think we're just wusses a little bit.
You lose body heat when you're underwater. You can get hypothermia in 75. You can get hypothermia in 85-degree water. Did you know that?
Okay, I appreciate, like, you look very serious when you're delivering this information, but, like, can you admit a little, it's a wussiness a little.
Maybe.
Just a little.
Maybe.
I mean, a little bit of it.
Okay.
Oh, there's Serena. Congratulations on new grandbaby. We've had quite a few. Tom, his family also had grandbaby this week. Wow.
Yeah, Trish said, Southern Caribbean to Buffalo, New York. Quite the cold wake up.
I bet. My gracious.
Sarah's here, said, I'm getting in some salty after going for a short run today.
Look at
How
you.
are y'all liking the salty?
I'm loving it.
I love it. I'm like giving away my stock of Element because I like it better.
I am drinking.
Not that there's anything wrong with Element. I just
Sarah
like
G is
better.
here, and I am drinking mango. I'm going to drink her mangoes for her because she's allergic to mangoes. Mm-hmm. So it's like, even if there's like a chance of a residual amount, and she is now the second person that I know that is allergic to anything to do with mangoes.
Lynn is here, said
Hey, Lynn.
she's repacking for the 2KK cruise, flying out on Saturday morning. So a couple days in Florida.
That's going to be fun.
And yeah, I haven't started packing. You know what I'm going to pack?
I have.
I'm going to pack at like 8 a.m. on Monday.
I am not going to be responsible. So if Joe is only got one pair of pants, that's it. That's what he does.
Trish is here, said tomorrow we start beef butter bacon egg for the first time.
Nice.
I've been watching all of 2KK videos from the past couple of years pertaining to beef butter bacon and egg. Lots of great ideas.
Reach out, Trish, if we can help in some way. Let us know. Like, hit me up on Mighty Networks if you have any questions.
So how are you guys liking the new groups? Do we have any suggestions for other groups?
I would love that.
We're super excited. I'm loving reading some of the different comments and things that are going on in there. I think it's just a great way that we can, like, become a bigger family.
Marianne's allergic to mango too. That is so interesting. My mom is very allergic to cantaloupe. She can't have anything. It breaks out. Like, Sarah gets like a rash. My mom breaks out in her mouth, and I am allergic to tomatoes. I break out in my mouth, but I just like push past it stupidly.
Yeah. So Cindy made the gummies this week. They're
Yay.
really good. Yeah, I don't know why we stopped making them, but we've been making them again a lot, and like, I don't get any. I'm making like a batch a day, and I don't get any.
Me and Anthony were enjoying those. We've been.
I made sour apple. It was apple mango ones because I used the mango salty, and then I put like green apple flavoring in it.
Well, I'll tell you what. I also take another salty, and I like just sprinkle it over the gummies so that it has kind of like a crystallized outside. It's really good. I dust them with that.
I tried putting citric acid on the outside, and it was like too sour.
Oh, I like having just a little extra salty on the outside.
Oh, okay.
It's delicioso.
So Jen said, is Joe trying to tell us that he's grouchy? No. So this is kind of funny, but
he is kind of grouchy sometimes.
My favorite characters are Oscar the Grouch.
Okay.
The Grinch.
We're making a case for grouchiness. And anybody else?
I'm trying to think of who else. I like Goofy.
Well, okay, so that's not so.
There's one I'm missing.
I think that
Who's the one that I'm missing?
You always like Grumpy from the Seven Dwarfs.
And Grumpy. I was thinking about the meaner ones.
So you're saying that you're not grouchy, but like all of your big heroes are, with the exception of Goofy. Is that because you married Goofy? So you like Goofy. You have room in your heart for Goofy.
Probably.
I love that.
Jennifer said, don't spread yourself too thin. You're doing amazing at what you're currently committed to. Yeah,
that is, I have a friend that's been going through something, and it was really interesting since the focus for this month is the pursuit of more friendship. And I had a friend that's been in need, and it really helped to bring clarity in the moment. It's like, finding a little bit of extra time for yourself, or do you want to invest that in a friend? And I have every reason to be like, okay, well, we're very busy and I have things to do and the schedule is packed and all of these things. But I'm like, we're supposed to be focused on more friendship. And it really did help me make clear decisions to be like, yes, I'm going to be available and there when I have extra time this week. And I'm so thankful I have been able to do that. But it's like, it's just interesting having a focus for the month makes me be able to see like opportunities, say yes to what I should say yes to and no to what I should say no to.
Right.
And I really appreciate that.
So speaking of which,
yes,
we are going to do a live stream for our 2KK Meathead members, which are all the paid members inside of our Mighty Networks group. So all the $5 and over, that's the lowest one anyway, members in our Mighty Networks group, we're going to do a live stream on Saturday. We will post sometime tomorrow, like the invite. I'm not quite sure what time yet. Because I do want to try to go diving because Rachel wants to eat lobster. And I have to look at the schedule. It's also one of the last dives I'm going to be able to get in for a couple of weeks because we've got the cruise. And then after that, we've got
the RV Super Show.
And then you have Metabolic Health Summit. So we're going to be gone almost till like the middle of February. And so, like, I want to get to dive in, and I got to keep up on my skills and that kind of stuff.
I don't blame you.
So Trish has a question.
Hey, Trish.
We're fairly new to keto.
Welcome.
Which conference would be best for us to start out with? Okay, so this is a tricky question.
It is.
It depends on what you're looking for. Our thing about conferences is this. I think that you can get good information at a conference. But for us, one of the biggest reasons to go to a conference is for community.
And to enjoy yourself and to have and there's always an opportunity for community no matter what conference you go to, right? We're going to be going to the Metabolic Health Summit. That is a new conference to us. It's been going on.
But it's a more sciencey kind of thing.
Right. Definitely focused more towards the science community. But if you go to that conference and you're like, hey, I'm looking for friendship here, you will find it. But then there's other conferences that I feel like are more prepared to offer friendship.
Yeah, so unless you're just a geeky science person that wants to be around a bunch of doctors and are not looking for any community, okay, which again, that's our big push for conferences is for community, I would avoid all of the low-carb ones. So low-carb Boca, low-carb San Diego, low-carb Denver.
They're usually very expensive, too.
They're very expensive because they're geared towards doctors. That's who's really they want there is doctors.
They get their continuing education
because they
credits.
get their continuing education. And it's very sciencey and over most people's heads. And you won't find the average keto person there. Most of the attendees are in the medical field. So the ones that I used to say like KetoCon, but KetoCon doesn't exist anymore. It's Hack Your Health, and things have kind of changed with it. Like there's no real vendors to try different types of food things, and this year it's really out there because it's been split. You have a lot of speakers going on the low carb cruise, and because it's all at the same time. If you want the best of both worlds, which is what I think is best for most people, where you're going to get good speakers and you have time to get your questions answered from those speakers. Because if you go to Low Carb Denver, if you go to Metabolic Health Summit,
they don't have time.
The chance that you're going to get to hang out with Dr. Barry and talk to him and get your question answered is very small. Because if he has any time, he's usually going to get beat up by the doctors that they want to get their questions answered. So I would go to things, I would say if she's having it, and I have not talked to Autumn, I've been a bad friend, but if the number one conference to me to go to is Ketopalooza. If Autumn is having it, which is usually the last week of September, first week of October. So if Autumn is having Ketopalooza, that is the conference to go to because Autumn is just amazing.
Yeah.
She gets really great speakers. And it's all about community. The other one that is just as good is Orlando.
Keto Orlando
the
Summit.
Keto Orlando Summit, which is the first week of August. We will be there. We will be speaking at that. Because again, great speakers like Dr. Boz and Dr. Barry. I don't know the whole speaker list for this coming year. I know Dr. Boz is going to be there. I know Maria Emmerich is going to be there. I know Ben Azadi is going to be there. But they also focus heavily on community events like 5Ks and group yoga and hey, let's hang out, let's play games.
Fireside chats.
And this year, the conference is actually 2 days, whereas in the past it was different events and then the conference was only on Saturday. This year they're doing it on 2 days. So those are the two big conferences if you want to meet like different speakers and people and get your questions answered, but also get community. Then you have also some of the more regional ones like the Hard to Kill Summit in Omaha. And I'm trying to think of what else there is.
Yeah, and like I said, because I can see Becca is like disagreeing with you, but I think that if you put yourself out there, then yes, of course, you are going to find community. But I think that, and you may be able to like snag one of the speakers or a doctor or somebody that you're interested in getting a question, answered from. But I think that you're going to have to try harder. And I think that if you're somebody, and of course, like we're not trying to minimize like, somebody be able to understand the presentations at one of those. But I think that I really enjoy some of the other conferences where I feel like it's not just somebody talking to a doctor, somebody that has like medical background or is very, very interested in like the science of it all. Yeah. But wants like pragmatic like ways of approaching living this keto life.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. We don't go to any of the low carb ones. We've actually been invited to a couple of them, and they're way too expensive for me. I mean, at like $500 or $600 a person.
That's a lot.
And again, it's very, very medical. Mm-hmm. And whereas you go to Keto Orlando Summit and Dr. Barry is there singing karaoke.
Right.
That's the difference.
Yeah.
Okay. That's the real difference, and that's why those are the ones that I really tell people I think is the best thing to go to. Paul's here, said, Rachel, expensive with your hands. Expressive with your hands. I didn't know you were Italian.
Hey. Yeah, I talk a lot with my hands, and then it's been further added to by marrying Joe, who's also very expressive. Yeah. So we're like, yay.
Joanna said she talks with her hands too, not Italian. German-Hungarian ancestry has the same expressions.
Also jazz hands.
Carrie, how is the weather today, Joe, in Florida? It's actually pretty nice out today.
It's been really nice in the last couple of days. I was worried. I was really hoping that it would warm up a little bit for us to go on the cruise. I didn't want it to be like so cold that you're like, I can't believe you say I'm in the Bahamas, but I'm not sure. And it looks like every single time I check like the 10-day forecast that it's warming up, which makes me happy.
Okay, Shy Gal, question.
Hey.
I ran out of Element. I can't afford to buy anything until next week. What can I do to my water to carry me through?
Good question.
Some people make something called Sole water, which is like very salty water. They put a bunch of Redmond salt in their water and they drink that. You could do that. What I would do is, honestly, if you feel like you need electrolytes and you don't have any, and you don't have any money to go even to buy some of like the lower quality ones like Ultima that you can buy in
like
your
Walmart.
Local grocery stores and stuff. What I would do is heavily salt your food, and then maybe put a little bit of cream of tartar in a sauce or something of your food because that's going to have potassium. You can also go to the store and get new salt or no salt. It's like NU salt, which is pretty much all potassium, no sodium. You take that with a little bit of salt and then get some Mio and squirt some Mio in your water, and you pretty much have like your own Gatorade kind of thing. Let's see. I saw another question and I lost it. Okay, Connie.
Hey, Connie.
Do I need to what my fat doing?
Maybe up my fat?
I need to up my fat doing beef, butter, bacon, and egg? What you want to do if you're doing beef, butter, bacon, and egg, you want to start with fatty meat. Okay, so the whole idea of beef, butter, bacon, egg is to get in tune with your body. We actually talked about that in a vlog that we did on New Year's Eve, where we vlogged our food. Pretty much that's all we did.
That should be coming out
we
this
also aired some grievances that we have.
Right.
So that one will be interesting with the responses. The keyboard warriors will have fun with it. But so here's the whole idea of beef, butter, bacon, egg is it's an elimination diet. You want to figure out what's going on with your body, what's causing inflammation, what's going to be best for your body. You want to just get rid of everything. What's magical about beef, butter, bacon, egg is, for the most part, none of it is inflammatory foods. Some people do have allergies to eggs, but you're not going, and it's the whole reason Dr. Berry even talked about it and designed it, was you're not going to gain fat if you eat beef, butter, bacon, and egg, and you do it properly. What is properly? As much as you want, as many times a day as you want, so long as every time you eat till you're full. Because you won't be able to overeat.
Connie said, clarified, do I need to watch my fat doing the triple B?
Okay, do you need to watch your fat? You want to eat fatty meat and then a little bit of fat for flavor. Should you be eating 5 sticks of butter a day? No. You will, if you do that, you'll gain fat.
Right.
If you just way over consume what you need, you could probably gain weight. The idea though is if you're cooking your eggs with butter, putting a tablespoon of butter on your steak, you're going to be fine. If you're sitting down and in between meals eating a stick of butter, you might overconsume fat.
Yeah.
Don't worry about oh my gosh, I ate too much fat because I ate a ribeye and I put a tablespoon of butter on it. There's butter in the title.
That's right. That is not a problem.
Andy.
Hi,
Can
Andy.
you put me in your suitcase?
Yes, I can. I absolutely have room for Andy. I will half the amount of clothes that I'm already halving if I can take Andy.
Lisa said I have an unreasonable question. I'm sure. Okay.
It's in there.
Well, what is it?
It's in there somewhere.
I was hoping she was going to say. Joe said I was checking the app from Monday and it says I have a 2 p.m. health thing. Does anybody else?
I have not seen that on my app yet. I was looking this morning
2 p.m. health thing.
Because I keep seeing, I think to myself, okay, when are the shows? When are
they don't do any of that until you get on the show.
Don't they know me, Joe? They
They don't do that.
And I want to start planning.
And on the Freedom Class ships, you don't reserve your shows. Okay, so I'm just
want to know when they are.
This. Okay, they changed the app. Okay, so check in.
Francine, while you're looking this up, says, do you have a discount code for Salty? Thank you so much for that $4.99 super chat. You can go through our link for Keto Chow that's down below and actually
always get 10%
and
off.
you will get 10% off of your Salty order.
So okay, we'll talk about it. Let me just answer Joe's question. So you can, if you on your app, you have to answer health questions. You can answer them on Sunday. So you have to be 24 hours. And it's pretty much like, do you have COVID? And are you pregnant? Those are pretty much what the questions are.
We can't tell you for 2 more weeks.
If you're more than 20, don't even give people ideas like that. If you're more than 24 weeks pregnant, you can't cruise.
Right.
Okay, so do you have a discount code for Salty? We don't have a discount code at all for Keto Chow or Salty. As of right now, you can't get a discount on the Salty website. The only way to get a discount for Salty is to go through Keto Chow using our link down below. Now, we do not have a coupon code. If you go to Keto Chow's website and type in the coupon code 2krazyketos, you will not get a discount. You must use our link. We have done that by design. The reason is because the way the systems work, okay, let's just say you are fans of Neely. Okay, we love Neely.
We love Neely.
And Neely has a coupon code. If you go to Keto Chow's website and you type in Indigo Neely's discount code, you will get a discount. However, Neely will not get credit for it.
Right.
And so what we've done is we've eliminated our discount code so that you use our link, you'll get 10% and then we get credit. You don't get charged any extra money for us getting credit, but it lets Keto Chow know, hey, Joe and Rachel sent us to you, and it gives us a couple of bucks so that we can keep doing what we're doing. And then Keto Chow also lets us know, hey, they send us new people, so there's new products coming out, and they'll send them to us. So with us and any of the other like YouTubers, if there's in other companies that, especially if they're companies that we don't work with, use their links. Okay?
Yeah.
Use their links. Don't use their coupon codes because they don't get credit for it. But if it's a company that we're affiliated with, I'm going to shamelessly say, like, I would appreciate it if you use our code because we want to keep doing this. We want to change the world. We want more in 2024.
We sure do.
We want more health for people. Mary, thank you very much
Mary.
for the $1.99 super chat. How do I become a member? I can't find a link. So from Mighty Networks, what you're going to do is you can go to members.2crazyketos.com. If you are already in Mighty Networks, if you go over on the left-hand side and you press on the groups, you're going to see the Meatheads group. What is it? Meatheads, Family, I forgot the names of them.
Mm-hmm.
But if you go press on one of those, it's going to say you're not a member, and do you want to join? And then it gives you the option to join it. Now, I will say you have to do it on
a desktop.
A desktop. I don't know why I don't have a browser window in my Safari. I don't know. But I was going to pull it up. Let's see.
Can I share your discount link in Keto forums, or is it just for us 2KK types?
Nope, you can absolutely
everywhere.
share our link everywhere except for coupon sites. And so that's the other thing is the reason, and this happens with a lot of companies and with a lot of different social media people. What happens is someone gets a coupon code and then they go put it on one of those coupon sites, and they're not really doing any work, and so then the companies have to change the coupon codes, and then the coupon code doesn't work. Like ours had to get changed like 15 times.
Right.
The companies don't like that. Like I always listen. I'm all about a saver, but I don't use those coupon searching website things. The better thing to do is go Google for a coupon, and you can almost, especially if you go on YouTube, and you can find an influencer that you like that will have a coupon. Like I don't know, like I was looking at 3D printer parts. So you go onto YouTube and like, hey, can I have an instruction video on this part for a 3D printer? And then you get a YouTuber that comes up that's reviewing the part, and bang, go down into the description. There's a discount code.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of extra work, but at least they get credit for it. And that's my whole thing. Unfortunately, I'm not signed in over here, and Safari's not working for some reason.
Yay!
But yeah, so members at 2crazyketos.com. Go over to the left-hand side, choose the Meatheads group, and then you can join that way. You just have to do it on a computer. You can't use your phone to sign up.
Donna says, do you have any 2 Crazy Keto stickers? I need one for my suitcase.
I think we have a few left.
If you have any, we will bring them with us.
I think we have.
And we need to reorder.
We actually need to order some more.
I have properly nagged Joe about this already.
You have?
I have. But I don't
I'm
worry.
getting old.
I will write a note right now. And this is really just for any partner out there.
True Health.
It says nag Joe. Remember.
Do you know of any keto-friendly sodas like Zevia that don't have stevia or caffeine?
Ooh.
LaCroix? No, that's not a soda.
Well, it's bubbly.
What is that? Virgil's.
Oh yeah.
Virgil's soda.
Oh, that stuff is good.
They use at least the old formulation used erythritol.
Right. It was tasty.
I tend to not use those because I don't want the extra carbs because we count those carbs. Also, sugar alcohols, too much of them kind of mess with me.
Right.
So yeah, so Zevia is going to have stevia, but I know Virgil's, and I think there's a couple of other ones out there as well. Let's see. Exposing Darkness, I wish that cruise would start on Tuesday or Wednesday and end on Sunday early. Yeah, there's no cruises that I know that start on Tuesday or Wednesday. Most of them sail on Mondays, Thursdays, or Fridays. That's where a lot of them go. And as a matter of fact, we're doing a family cruise with our kids before they all just disappear on us, where we can still get them all to get together. And
Mandatory
it was very
family fun.
challenging to find a 4-day cruise that wasn't leaving on a Monday. Almost all 4-day cruises leave on a Monday. We found one that's leaving on a Thursday. But
so weird.
It really cut down where you're going. You had one option.
Right.
Like, because all of the other ones, like, here's this one leaving on a Monday, and it's going here. And this one's leaving on a Monday, and it's going here. There's one cruise from Royal Caribbean that leaves on a Thursday for 4 days. And it only goes to one place. Sandy, your outfit reminds me of Josie and the Pussycats, the cartoon, not the movie.
Oh my gosh, I love that cartoon so stinking much.
Quiet Storm, unreasonable question. How complete is that kitty costume?
Well, nope, there's jeans at the bottom.
I don't think that's what she's talking about.
Well, there's jeans at the bottom.
I think she's talking about underneath.
Is there? Oh, do I have like a leopard underwear on? No, I actually don't own any leopard underwear. We may have to remedy that.
Now we're getting into
the unreasonable.
Yes.
Okay. But it's not unreasonable questions. It's unreasonable answers with Rachel.
Matt, Rachel,
hey, Matt.
There is a 4-legged guy that is looking forward to meeting you at the Tampa RV show.
I am so stinking excited. So don't come and meet Joe and Rachel at the Tampa RV show. You're going to want to meet Ghost. He's going to be at the Tampa RV show. I believe on Saturday is when you guys are coming, right? So I am so looking forward to it. I already bought some puppy gifts in anticipation.
Trish.
Yes.
Rachel, if you're driving an Upline, then you're only limited to the luggage that will fit in your car. Bring those fancy shoes and don't give her any
I
ideas.
love you, Trish. You get me.
But you don't have a suite.
You
have
get me.
A small cabin. And
well,
we have a suitcase. Think about when we went on the low-carb cruise last year with the extra suitcase with the dive gear. There was, like, no room. And you should have seen people like, why do you have 5 suitcases? Why do you have 5 suitcases? People are like, why do you have 5 suitcases?
Why not is the question. Why don't you have 5 suitcases is the better question.
Oh, we missed this because it doesn't show up because it was only a super sticker.
Thank you.
Lynn sent us a super sticker, which was a pear character dancing under a rain of confetti and taking his hat off to say, you're amazing.
You're
Thank you very
amazing,
much for that,
Lynn.
Lisa wants to know, do we change our clothes for every video?
We do change clothes.
We do.
If I
Most
think
of the
about
time.
it.
Sometimes we don't. Sometimes we do.
Yeah.
But a lot of times we will. We're giving all our secrets. What are we supposed to do?
This entire week has been a heavy tape week because in anticipation of just wanting to have things in the tank to put out every day.
Jennifer, what temperature should we expect on board? On board, comfortable.
Yeah.
I want
to say in like the 70s.
I think, it's supposed to warm up. Like right now it's 63 degrees here. Now obviously I'm looking at Florida, but we can tell you.
Oh, Matt says they're going to be there on Wednesday.
Well, we'll be there.
Yeah, we'll be there on that day. And Exposing Darkness says, does Tabitha get to travel with you? No, not usually, especially for that long. Because we're going to be there in the RV show, and she is quite a large dog.
And here's the thing about, like, with RVing with Tabitha. So at the RV show, she can't go into the RV show. So she'd be locked in the RV. And a lot of RV parks say you can bring your dog, but you can't leave your dog in your RV.
Right.
And I also don't want to do that. Like, I don't want to lock her in an RV. So, like, she loves being home.
Lonely.
She's got her children, her brothers, Anthony and Caleb. She's got the chickens.
Well, my mom lives 5 houses.
And she also has her couch.
Yeah. My nephews live 5 houses from us, and my mom in the other direction lives 5 houses from us.
So this cruise will be a little bit better than our cruise. So just looking at the upcoming weather for South Florida, and we're going to be in the Caribbean, so it's going to be a little bit warmer. Monday, high of 76, low of 72. Tuesday, high of 82.
Yes.
Low of 64. Wednesday, high of 73, low of 57. So it's going to be in the mid-70s in South Florida, so probably about 5 to 10 degrees warmer.
I feel relieved.
In the Caribbean.
I feel really relieved.
It doesn't look like there's any rain or storms.
I saw that they're
10, 13%. That's normal.
That is a normal. That's just every day in Florida.
Yeah. So yeah, super excited about that because the weather that we had for our cruise, that was pretty bad, and the following week, a lot of cruises actually got canceled.
And I'm glad ours isn't one of them this coming week.
Robin, is that question or an answer in 5 minutes with or without notes? We plead the fifth on that one.
Yeah.
It's still, whether we have notes or not, we can have notes all the time. It doesn't mean we actually follow our notes.
Yeah, you know Joe. It's like throwing.
See,
yeah.
look at Becca started. Lady Fritzer, what, Rachel's pregnant?
I love it.
Robin said, we're all thinking the same things, of course. Maybe we entered into sci-fi. Okay, see, we read early, that's why.
I love it. I wanted
okay.
to see how long it would take you before you realized it.
Carrie said, I cooked a 10-pound brisket, and that is one of the meats that I got today. It
Nice.
just cooked with Redmond's real salt.
That's
a great way to cook it.
Really the way we do it, too. A lot of times if we do any kind of roast or something, Joe will squirt it all up with mustard because that helps the seasoning to stick.
Matt, we got our state park pass, and we were wondering what are some good parks for hiking and new adventures. So near you guys, you have a lot of great state parks.
You do.
So I
All
would
the
highly
springs.
recommend going over to Wekiwa State Park, which is about 20 minutes north of Orlando. They have some great hiking trails in there. They also have a really pretty water hole. It's all year long. I think the water is 72 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
Over on Silver Springs, there's a bunch of parks over there. If you go south, it's a little eerie.
I was gonna say
Corshon State Park.
Corshon State Park is where it's at. Yo, it is super creepy. It is like, it's basically, we have
a video about it.
We have a video on Two Crazy Campers. So we have another YouTube channel if you're new here. We have Two Crazy Ketos, and we have Two Crazy Campers, with camper spelled with a K. And it's from Corshon State Park. You might want to check that out. In fact, on our Two Crazy Campers channel, you'll see a lot of parks that we have reviewed in Florida, and mostly state parks, because we've only recently started utilizing services like 1,000 Trails, parking lot camping. So there's a lot of
that's because it's free.
Really
we
fun.
got 1,000 Trails pass, so we stopped going to state parks. We will go to more state parks, but we stopped going to the state parks because they don't cost a lot, but it's still $30 to $50 a night. And then we have our 1,000 Trails pass, and it's free.
Right.
And so I take free. Melissa says, I just got
Melissa.
my Nova sous vide. What is the best temperature and time for a chuck roast ribeye? Okay, so again, when we cook meat, we always cook to
temperature,
not time. Okay, temperature, not time.
Though I hate that.
So depends on how you want your roast. So if you're cooking a ribeye,
how are you doing it?
I would say for a ribeye, you want to go medium rare, medium, hopefully not well done. No. You know, our son likes it well done. Don't understand
I know. We
that.
love him anyway.
Yeah. So the best thing to do is you can look up temperature charts if you don't know it, or if you have a meter, a lot of times it'll tell you. But on average, for a ribeye, if I'm cooking a ribeye or something like that, I'm going to cook to an internal temperature of 128 degrees, and then I'm going to sear it at the end, which will bring it up to about 133 to 135 degrees, which is going to give me a medium rare. Now, if I'm sous videing, when you sous vide it, you've got to sear it. If you're not sous videing, you don't have to do that step. So you're just going to go to an internal temperature of like 134 degrees. So when you sous vide, what you're going to do is, it depends on how much you want to watch it. If you're using a water immersion sous vide, you only ever want to do this one. Yeah, but it could be in a Nova sous vide, not a Nova oven. Okay. So if you're using a water immersion sous vide, which is the stick that you're going to put in water, and then you're going to put your food in a bag and get all the air out and put it in. You want to set it to whatever you want the temperature of the meat to be. So if you want the internal temperature of meat to be 128 degrees, you set that to 128 degrees. If you want it to be 150, you set it to 150. By doing that, you won't overcook your meat. If your steak isn't frozen, on average, putting a steak in a water immersion sous vide, it's going to take about 30 to 45 minutes to bring that up to temperature. It also depends on how much water you have. Like if you're having a giant pot to one steak kind of thing. You could also get a meter, like the meter meat probe that we did a review on, because you could put that inside of the bag, and then you'll know the internal temperature, and it might be done earlier. But I would go longer rather than not as long.
Because the sous vide will hold the temperature.
Right, because the sous vide will hold that, and you won't overcook it. If you're using the oven, it's even easier because you put a temperature probe in there. For a roast, again, with a chuck roast, which is a very tough piece of meat, I'm shooting for an internal temperature of about 210 degrees because that's going to make it super shredded. Depending on the size of the roast, you're looking at about 2.5 hours, maybe even longer. Again, whatever, if a recommendation says 2 hours, add a half hour onto it, because if you're sous vide, you won't overcook it anyway. Just know that when you sous vide meat, when you pull it out, it's going to look ugly. It's gray. That's where you sear it.
It does look very odd. So, yeah, you can just
put it under a broiler for just like 30 seconds. You can throw it on a cast iron pan. You can throw it in an air fryer. Get your air fryer up to temperature and then throw it in there for just like 2 minutes, because at the highest temperature possible, because that'll give you the crust on the outside, and then it will look pretty. Sarah said, I need one of those to go paddleboarding in Wisconsin, the vest. She's talking about the vest.
Oh my gosh, that would help a lot.
We're trying to become a dealer because they're too expensive, but they're like $700. That would be well worth $700 if I'm warm, though.
It's all about
Lynette is telling Miriam that Joe's pregnant.
Joe's pregnant.
Yeah.
Obviously.
I look pregnant.
No, you don't. Don't you be mean to my husband. My husband.
Shy Gal said Element is too salty. I can't take it. Just water it down more.
Yeah, just add water.
Now, if you think Element's too salty, though it contains the same amount of sodium, doesn't taste nearly as salty.
No, I don't think so either. And I'm using the same amount of water.
Yeah. I'm actually using less water.
I use the same amount. I just use the recommended.
Robin said, I love the new groups. I think it's interesting how we're using the accountability group. Both asking each other to check in and also posting for self-accountability.
Love it. I just love seeing you guys just sharing what's going on in your life. Like, even when you're on a hike or like getting done doing exercise, like I just love when like Robin takes a selfie and she's like just got done like working out or doing something cool and just shares that with a group. It's just super fun.
So Robin said, for those who use flavored water enhancers like Mio, you can mix a packet or drops with unflavored electrolytes for your own flavor.
Very true.
So now, and here's the thing. So there is a very clean version of those water enhancers called Stir. I don't think it tastes very good because you need the entire bottle to get any flavor.
Not a lot
and
of
it's
flavor.
More money. If you're going to use flavored water enhancers, which we will on occasion, we actually like them, I look for the ones that have sucralose. Those are the ones that I try to use. And I advise to not use powdered ones. Use the liquid ones, because the powdered ones have maltodextrin. So when you buy those flavored water enhancers like Crystal Light and things like that, always get the liquid ones. Remember, whenever they want to take a liquid and they want to turn it into a powder, they have to bind it to something. So what do? Like we talked about with Element, they bind it to maltodextrin because it's cheaper and easier. So sometimes they'll bind it to some other things like Celsius. Like I like Celsius. Celsius actually has sticks that you could mix your own. They taste really good, but I don't use them as much because they're binding their flavoring. Now, they're not binding a flavoring to a bad ingredient, but they are binding it to erythritol.
Right, which can have more of a
adding more carbs, and it has a cooling effect.
Right.
So I prefer just get liquid. But it is nice if you want to have something like that to have those sticks for like, hey, I need something and I can't carry a can. Like, you're going on a plane.
Right. You can't take that with you. I mean, you can take the powdered version with you or a stir-in.
Lisa said, I still don't like a lot of fruit, but I like fresh mango and tahini. Unfortunately, we can't do that anymore. Not a fan of mango-flavored things.
Yeah, and there's always an interesting thing that happens when you have like flavoring. Sometimes it tastes like the actual fruit, and some fruits it's like candy. Like, have you had it where it's like a banana flavoring and the banana flavor, like
Like peach.
Like I find banana flavored keto chow tastes more like banana.
Yeah.
Versus other things that I've tried, the banana tastes like a candy banana. Like
Well,
very
that was
different.
the whole joke about the peach keto chow, because the peach keto chow, if you like those peach candy rings, you
will
loved
love
it.
it.
But if you were looking for a genuine peach flavor, you weren't gonna like it.
Right.
Okay, so Lisa said, don't add unflavored element or salty to seltzer unless you want to mess. Ask me how I found out.
We've done that too.
Okay, so I do that all the time. There is a trick to it. I don't have one here.
Thank goodness.
But what you do is you're going to take your bottle of seltzer water, take a little bit out. You just have to have a sip out, enough to fit it in. You're going to dump your salty or your element or whatever you're using in. You need to have the cap ready to go.
Like this.
As soon as you put it in, put the cap on and let it sit for about a minute or two.
Mm-hmm.
Then when you go to open it, kind of unscrew it, let the air out, close it back up. Another 10, 15 seconds of purging it like that, and it will be great. Once you do that, you will pretty much never want to drink your salty any other way, because it's amazing carbonated, but what happens is the magnesium and the calcium that's in them makes it have that reaction.
I still like it flat. Joe loves it carbonated. Like, he almost always makes it like that. I still like it flat water.
Lisa said, I'm trying to order salty and it won't let me add a card to buy it. I would reach out, well, they're closed now, but reach out to customer service tomorrow over there at Keto Chow.
Yeah.
They'll help you out. Lisa said, we have a soda machine at work and I was very embarrassed in front of my coworker.
I'm sorry.
Don't worry, the first time I did it, I got put in the doghouse for a week.
Everywhere. I was like, how did you manage to get it, like, not just on the cabinets, but up inside of the cabinets, in closed cabinets, in the drawers? It was literally everywhere.
Cindy said, when I try to join one of the groups like the Meatheads, it says not available. Are you doing it on your phone? You cannot do it on a phone. We have set it up purposely to not do it on phone. And the reason it is set up to not work on a phone is this. Because Apple and Google charge 30%. So, for example, let's say you want to be a $10 a month member. I would have to charge you $13, and I don't want to do that.
Right.
So what we did was we just said, nope, you cannot sign up on a phone. You can sign up on your computer, or you can go on Google Chrome on your phone and go to members.docrazyketos.com, sign up there, and then you can look at it on the app. But you cannot sign up on the app. We've purposely done that. If you're having a problem, send Rachel or I a private message over on the instant chat and we can help you out.
Mary, thank you so much. She's asking, how do I become a supporter or Patreon of you guys? That's how.
That's how.
Yeah.
Members.twoCrazyKetos.com over on the left-hand side. I'm going to try to pull it up again while you...
Marianne says, Ketopalooza is scheduled for October 11th through the 13th.
Okay.
Excited to hear.
Yeah, I have not talked to
I know
Autumn.
she hasn't posted it yet. I was actually, it's so funny that you said that, because I was just looking on the Instagram page for Ketopalooza today.
Let's see. I was told to add a pinch of salt to my water. Yep, that's a great way to go.
That can help.
Justina said, I understand acid reflux. I tried beef, butter, bacon, and egg once by the book and made butter mayo.
Nice.
Got terrible reflux
Aw.
every time I ate, and even a small amount. Couldn't figure it out. Had to throw it away. I'm so sorry. Let's see. Question.
Yes.
I've got an Anova sous vide. What is the best time? Okay, that's another one. They just repeated the question. Okay, so we answered that one already.
Just trying to make sure we're catching them.
We read that one. We read Donna Joe's. You have stickers. Okay, Denise finally getting a creamy.
Yay!
It's not the newest one, but a 7-1 touch.
That's great.
Sam's Club, $119.
Good deal.
I have my caramel macchiato keto chow ready. It will be here
Yay!
on Saturday.
That's so awesome. And I honestly love caramel macchiato as an ice cream. Like, I think it tastes really good. What are you looking forward to as a mix-in? What's your mix-in going to be for that?
Okay. So we're
Joanna
gonna
says,
sign
you have
in
stickers?
here.
Where have I been? Must have. Yeah, we are, I've already written my note to nag Joe, and so we will be nagging Joe.
Okay. So let me see if I can put this over here and enlarge that. And then we can come over here. Okay. So if you look, here's our Mighty Networks group. Let me get rid of this first.
To touch it. I'm gonna grab while you're putting that up.
Okay, so if you come over here on our Mighty Networks group, over here on the left-hand side, you have Meatheads group, 2KK Family group, and the 2KK Partners groups. You would click on one of those. Now, if I click on it, it's just going to pull up the group because we're already in the group. So all you have to do is you go over there, and then it would actually ask you if you want to join the group. Now, if I log out and then go over here. So if you're not a member of Mighty Networks, you would basically go to members.2krazyketos.com and then you hit choose a plan. And if you want to just come in for free, you hit this one here, or you go 2KK Friends, 2KK Family, or 2KK Partners.
Donna Joe was asking, where did you get the World Carnivore Month shirt with the lion? We got that gifted to us from Carnivore Werewolf. So if you go, I think he has an Instagram site. So you can find Carnivore Werewolf on Instagram, and there should be a link for the shirt.
Miriam said, I'm going to go hang out with my college kid.
Yay!
Have a great evening, everyone.
Love you, Miriam.
Let's see, members. Ben said we cruised out of Miami right before Christmas on that stormy weekend. We had to stay inside for the first 2 days.
That's how the end of our cruise was. By the end of the cruise, no one was like even allowed on the deck.
Yeah.
I mean, they closed all the pools and everything. It was crazy.
The Absolot says, I'm packing for a cruise right now. I can't wait to see you again.
I can't wait to see you guys.
Patty said Florida State Park passes are half off until the 15th or the 16th.
Oh my goodness. And, here's a good reminder for...
Also, if you are a veteran, they're free.
Yes. So this is a good reminder for anybody that, like, maybe if you're thinking, hey, I want to be more committed to movement this year, I'm going to try to do more in 2024 and get more movement in, that's something that you could reach out. Definitely leverage your parks and recreation, both at like the city level, the county level, the state level. There's like so many great parks and services available, and usually it's pretty cheap.
Yeah.
Like, it's a pretty cheap thing. So it's like an easy way to start getting active and see, like, what are you already paying taxes for? You might as well like utilize all the stuff, right?
Jujubee is here, said having an absolute terrible day, emergency vet related, but I refuse to not get my mile in.
Oh my gosh.
On day 4, if my feet will move, I will walk. Hubs went with me so I wouldn't be alone in the dark.
Oh, Jujubee, I'm so sorry that you had to go to an emergency vet today.
She said, I'm calling another place in the morning before we have to make a tough call. Keep my daughter's pup in your prayers.
Yeah.
10 grand up front isn't an
option. I can understand that. Like, sometimes those vet bills can be like unbelievable. Like, I'm so sorry.
Joanna said, I don't know if it's my taste buds, but the banana keto toast flavor isn't strong enough. I can barely taste it. I love banana.
You can buy an extract.
Well, we have a video where we use the banana emulsion. Yeah, and listen, here's the thing. Taste is subjective.
Was it Lorraine?
No, it's Olive Nation.
Okay.
If you go to the one where we
tasty.
make the banana pudding, that it's in that one. But taste is subjective. That's why we always say, like, listen, I feel bad when I say I really like it and someone messages me and go, it tastes like garbage. I'm like,
sweaty
I'm sorry.
garbage.
But
dumpster fire.
Also remember, with Keto Chow, if you're using heavy cream, it mutes the flavor.
Right.
So butter enhances the flavor, heavy cream mutes the flavor.
But I can always like enjoy it more. So I like the fact that they have like the flavor extracts or the emulsions.
Yeah, here's another example. Dawn had a Celsius today. All I could taste was a sweetener, and it had an aftertaste for a while afterwards too.
I do not
and there's certain ones that I don't like at all. There's one that I bought it because they said, oh, it's sweetened with stevia. I'm like, perfect. Then it turned out they had erythritol in it.
You know what I do not like? The flat ones. They have ones that are like Celsius tea,
Yeah.
and I do not like those.
Terry said, I use the SodaStream app. I love it. Thanks for your links for the correct parts and the extremely helpful how-to video. I'm so glad we can help you out. Serena said, the first time I did it, it turned my back. My granddaughter was wide-eyed when I turned around. I'm assuming she's like pouring.
Right.
Joanna said, that's a good idea. I thought of but never thought about. Bought the flavoring. It's good then, and then we added flavor.
Yeah, it's good with the added flavor.
Joanna said, I love Celsius, but it's over $7 for a 4-pack by me. It's a no-go.
Yeah.
$7 for a 4-pack here would actually be cheap.
It is not a cheap drink for sure.
Yeah, like a lot of the places by us are selling it for over $3, and we only buy it if it's on sale. Like, there was one day, I think John Paul bought like 12 cases because it was like on Amazon for $1.10 a can.
It was funny because it was like, whatever flavor is on sale, yes, that is my favorite flavor. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Oh, there's another flavor that's even cheaper than that? Nope, that's my favorite flavor.
Kelly, is it
Kelly.
common for sucralose to cause asthma-like symptoms? Started out of the blue, only thing new is a coffee syrup. Hope I'm not allergic. I am not aware of anything like that because, again, the sucralose is such a tiny amount, but there might be something else going on.
There could be something in the coffee syrup that's in, like, the natural flavorings that you are sensitive to, because they do not have to disclose all of the things that are in natural flavors. So they
don't even tell the companies that are using the natural
flavors.
No,
they don't even know.
Keto Chow doesn't know all of the ingredients in their natural flavors. Now, what they will do is, for example, I remember, like, if there's a flavor, like pecan sticky bun. Hey, we need to know if the natural flavoring contains this.
Like
because
cinnamon
we need to
or
know
something.
For allergy reasons, and they will tell them that. But they won't say, hey, this natural flavoring has this and this and this. It's proprietary. They're never going to tell companies. They don't tell the companies that use it, and they're certainly not going to tell us. And again, you have to really kick and scream to even find out if something is in there. What I would do, if the only thing that's different is that you're having a coffee syrup and it's not something else, what I would probably do is get yourself a small thing of liquid sucralose. Don't obviously buy a big one.
No.
You can buy one. They're also come under the name of like Easy Sweets, which is actually the same company that puts the stuff in the white bottle. But you can buy a little tiny bottle, which is like the size of a Mio kind of thing. Buy that. And just put a couple of drops of that in your coffee and see, like, basically separate the sucralose out of the coffee syrup.
Control the variables.
And see, do I have issues with that? And then you can go from there. But so far as I know, again, we're not doctors, nurses, or health professionals. Sucralose is not something that I've ever heard of that causes those kind of incidents. Because, again, it's such a tiny amount. Like, you're talking about, like, you're probably putting about, like, 1 drop of liquid sucralose.
It's like the head of a safety pin.
Yeah, it's such a small amount. Trish said, I just came up from the Caribbean today.
Nice.
Smooth sailing for the last few days, so hopefully you guys will have an
Thank
easy
you,
time with
Trish. I'm
it.
hoping for that.
Matt said, those rough cruises sound terrible, but I've sailed straight through the center of a hurricane on my first
I was going to
sunset.
say, like, after your years of service, you've probably seen some, like, pretty tough seas.
Now, I will say, we were on Freedom of the Seas, which is not the largest ship, but it's not the small ship by any means in the Royal Caribbean Fleet. And yeah, you felt it a little bit inside, but it wasn't horrible. I mean, if you went outside, it was bad. Now, inside, it rocked a little bit, but it wasn't like I can't walk down through the promenade. I mean, it was just, there was a little bit of rocking.
I didn't throw up. Does that help?
You don't get seasick anymore.
I know. It's such a blessing.
Denise said, last time I went on a cruise, I packed Farkle game. I haven't played that game in forever.
Me neither.
It came handy on a rainy day. Don't worry, Rachel has plenty of backup.
Well, I'm hoping that, like, if you are coming on the 2KK cruise and you have a favorite little game, something packable that's not going to take up too much room in your suitcase, bring it along. I would love to learn new games. I love board games. I love card games. Be patient with me. I'm a slow learner, but I'm a determined learner.
So Joe said there is a possibility that the Icon of the Seas, which if you don't know what the Icon of the Seas is, it is going to be the largest cruise ship in the world. It's like 5 times the size of the Titanic.
Crazy.
Maybe a perfect day at Coco Cay next week.
Huh.
They are doing a crew day mid next week, and we're the only Royal Caribbean ship there that day with paying passengers.
We may get a first look.
Yeah, it's funny because Rachel and I talked about going down and seeing it one day when it's in port in Miami, but definitely not right away because it's going to be crazy.
Super busy.
Especially because Messi has now been named the godfather of ships, so all ships get a godfather, and it's Messi. So, like a legend for a legend, or an icon for an icon. But now, if you're going on the low-carb cruise in May, Icon of the Seas will be at Coco Cay on the same day that we are at Coco Cay, which is why if you look at the rates for the different excursions at Coco Cay when the low-carb cruise is happening, you will see they are through the roof. They're like 3 to 4 times higher than any other time of the year. Like if you want like one of the beach cabanas, they're like $5,000.
Ridiculous.
It's like $300 to go to the water park as opposed to $70 because there's 8,000 passengers, I think, like that. 7,800 passengers on the Icon of the Seas, and it is sold out. So like, yeah, they're just like, everything is like price fluctuated, and so yeah, it will be there for low carb cruise.
Gloria is asking, I don't get seasick anymore. Like, what happened? I have been seasick my entire life, and I am a 7th generation Floridian. So the water has always been.
It's why you didn't want to do diving.
It is why I did not want to do scuba diving, because I thought I'm gonna have to be on a boat out to where we swim. I have like always grown up swimming, fishing, but it was really hard for me to ever be on a boat. And I think that it has something to do with inner ear stuff. I think that is part of the issue. And I have talked to other people that have had major like breakthroughs with their hearing, with their ears and stuff. It's just kind of like, eating the proper diet helps all kinds of things, like all of our body to function correctly. And it's just kind of a side effect. I wasn't aware of it, and I was very worried. I've never been on the cruise before, and we were going to go on the low carb cruise. And the reason why I was even willing to do that is because I thought, well, it's a great big ship, and maybe I won't be as sick as normal.
You didn't even want to go on the low carb cruise.
I didn't. I was afraid of being seasick because I've always been seasick my entire life. But we started going through getting certified for scuba, and we realized I didn't have a problem anymore. Like even in small boats, I didn't get seasick anymore.
There is one boat we go out on when I go diving.
Traveling?
Listen, I go diving a couple times a week. I got 230 dives in the last 12 months. I mean, it's like insane. Rachel has only got like 20.
Hey, that's respectable.
She still struggles with her ears. Maybe Joe can help you out because you'll listen to Joe.
Yes, I will. Not this Joe. This Joe.
That Joe. But we have a boat that I go out on called the Goliath, and it's a smaller boat. Only carries 15 people.
That doesn't track right.
And
why is it called the Goliath?
It's a fishing boat, right? That's been converted for diving. But it's very rocky in the seas, and it's diesel, and you're right next to the exhaust. So if you're going to get seasick, that's the boat you're going to get seasick on. And she went out one day on a double dip. So she was out for 4 dives. She dove 2, and then 2, she was just what they call a bubble watcher, watching me. And she did not get seasick. You've gotten seasick one time in the last year, and you were swimming.
We were swimming.
And I think that was nerves.
I think it definitely was nerves.
First ever scuba dive.
Yes, and I landed on a shark.
No,
when
no,
we
no. It
got
was
down.
before that. You hadn't even finished your certification yet. You'd only done 2 of your open water dives, and we went out to the beach to practice.
I think I had just worked up.
You had
my
worked up your nerves, and you
anxiety.
were swimming on top and threw up while you were swimming. But you've
hot.
been on rocky seas and not gotten nauseous at all.
So for people, I don't know, but here's the thing: I was always that person that even in a car ride had to request like a window seat, the front seat of the car. I hate to inconvenience people, but I would be like, "Can I please have a window seat because I don't want to throw up?" And I'm able to sit in the back now. It's like kind of cool.
Tasha. If you don't know how to cook, what is something good to eat on the go, or at least for breakfast on the go?
I like to meal prep. Like I need to.
But she doesn't know how to cook.
I know, but I'm just saying that these are things that you can buy. Like I like to go even to the grocery store and buy like the bag of eggs that's already like boiled. You can get you can fry up bacon and stuff, but they have like, bacon that's already pre-cooked.
Yep.
So that all you have to do is just like, follow the directions on the back and put it in the microwave. I like things like a hamburger patty. I know that people don't associate that always with
that's
breakfast.
what I was going to say. You can go to fast food restaurants, and pretty much every fast food restaurant at this point understands I don't want the bun.
Right.
They all do. Like, a lot of times they'll say, oh, keto, or oh, low carb. A lot of places, you can go to Wendy's and say, I want the low carb option. You can go to McDonald's, get an Egg McMuffin, no muffin. Or you can just throw it out yourself if you want. It's up to you. So we'll do that. Go get hard-boiled eggs. Hot dogs at gas stations are your friend. I live off of hot dogs at gas stations.
Right? I'm the roller dog queen.
And then if you want stuff that you can just heat up in the microwave, there's lots of options. We've got lots of videos like that. Real Good Foods has a lot of good options. We've done a few reviews of them. We got some more coming out. Recently found one that I think is really good.
Yeah,
I'm kind of upset we didn't buy more of them. But yeah, so definitely some options out there. Cynthia, is it possible to plan a dinner meetup one night while you're at the Tampa RV show? I don't know if we're going to be able to.
I don't know if we can
see
leave.
what we can do. It might be easier to do something near the show. But I do know that one of the nights we are committed to going to a meetup with you, me, and the RV, or today is Sunday.
We're going to try to raise some funds
for veterans. Well, no, they're having
veterans.
2 meetups because we are like Patreon members for Today is Sunday. They were on our 11 on 11 last year. So we have that one night at Topgolf. And then the next night we are attending a fundraiser that they're having, which is open to everybody. It's just they're asking for donations. They're raising money for veterans.
They're building houses. For homeless veterans. So we're of course super excited about supporting that cause.
Yeah. But we can look into what the schedule is like.
Yeah.
Some of our big announcement that's going to come in a couple of weeks will kind of open things up, and you'll understand what's going on. And at that point, once we can do that, we'll have a better idea of what we can do like in those couple of weeks when we're at the RV show too. Ola said, reaching out is coming back to me.
Yay!
Just got invited to a girls' night out and a friend that is coming to visit. She moved out of state a year ago.
I love that. I love that so much.
Oh, yeah. Denise said Sam says 18 packs of Celsius for $24.
Ooh, that's a deal. I mean, of course, there's always going to be like flavors of anything that you like best, and when you buy a multi-pack.
But that's how you had discovered it. You think peach mango is the best flavor.
Peach vibe.
Or peach vibe. Whatever.
Get it right, friend. But yeah, because it was one of those things where I had drank every other one trying to avoid the peach vibe. When I finally drank it, I was like, that's my favorite.
Okay.
Hey,
Nola Carnivore Daryl, Rachel and Joe, I turned 55 yesterday in the best health in 25 years. I made 1 year keto carnivore.
Wow.
Thanks for all the info you put out and the product reviews too. Bacon jerky is awesome.
Thank you. Okay, well, we've got to sing to Daryl.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yep.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Daryl. Happy birthday to you and many more, so many more, Daryl.
Dawn said, looking forward to making carnivore mac and cheese, raspberry bark, and chocolate mint energy balls tomorrow.
Balls.
So I don't know if anybody's noticed, but the carnivore mac and cheese recipe is on our website.
Look at that.
It is finally up there.
We can get things done.
Yeah. And
just late.
I will say that I don't know whose it was, but Rachel kind of stole somebody's picture because we didn't have
we didn't have a good picture, so somebody's picture is up on our website.
Yeah.
So if you would like to take credit for that picture, because Joe's like, we don't have time to like make another batch of it right now, so
we
can
don't
take a picture.
Have any pictures from when we made it.
And we don't have pictures.
So if that's your picture.
Thank you.
Thank you. Send us your name so that we can
and shout it out.
Shout it out. Lori, can you please tell me exactly how you type your discount code for Keto Chow? I cannot get it to go through. Love you guys. Very simple. Go down to the first line of every one of our videos.
Right, in the description.
Or on our website, and it says Keto Chow. Use this link. It's also on our website. If you go to our favorite things, you go click on there, and you just click on the link, and that link will automatically give you 10% off everything on the Keto Chow website that is not a subscription. So you can't use it for a subscription box, but you can use it for your for your electrolytes. You can use it for like any kind of blender bottle things that they have. You can use it to buy salty. You can use it to buy Keto Chow, whether you want the individual or the large bags. And the cheapest way to buy Keto Chow is always the large bags using our link.
If you know like what flavor will be good for you.
Kat said, I even got seasick on the short trip to Alcatraz.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I've always wanted to go to Alcatraz.
I want to say, if you were the person driving in back of me, the one time I tried to do like the Shenandoah, like the skyline, where it was like the changing of the, like the fall leaves in Virginia, you would know if you were driving behind me, because I did the entire trip with the door open, vomiting out the door. It was like the grossest thing ever. And it's like, here it's supposed to be this magical thing. And like you see this beautiful skyline, all of these trees, everybody's just trying to enjoy it, driving through Virginia. And I am ruining it by like barfing. It was awful. I got like so car sick. And now I want to redo on that, Joe. We've got to go through like the changing of the leaves without me throwing up. I would like to enjoy it.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
All right?
Are you ready?
And also with the cars behind me, would like to enjoy their time, not having to watch me throwing up. Let's try it again.
Jujubee said, oh my goodness, Skyline Drive is horrible. I had a kid puking.
I'm your kid. I'm the kid, Jujubee.
Okay, we are going to get off. Rachel's got to go unpack half her clothes.
That can't be it.
Guys, thank you so much for joining us. Please, again, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Make sure you hit the bell button to be notified when our new videos come up. We're super excited about some of the videos that we have coming up. Again, we do have videos planned for next week, even though we are going to be out of town. We're also hoping to do another series with some of our subscribers who are going to be on the Two Crazy Ketos cruise. And again, to work more on community and get some more questions answered for everybody. So we are super excited. Again, if you're interested in going in the fall one that we're going to have, go over to Mighty Networks, go into the 2KK Getaway group, and answer the question of which one of the 4 options should I pick. I'm not saying I'm definitely going to pick the one that is the outlining winner. They're all very similar, 4 very different ships. You've got one, which is Adventure to Seas, same as the Low Carb Cruise in May. It's an older ship. One is Freedom of the Seas. We were just on that. Same class as the one we're going on this week. One is Oasis to the Seas, one of the larger ships that was revamped in 2019. And Symphony of the Seas, which is currently the 2nd largest ship in the world.
Amazing.
So, super, super excited about that, but let us know which one we should pick. Guys, thank you so much. And again, if you are a channel supporter, we'll do a live stream on Saturday sometime, so look for that in Mighty Networks.
We love you guys.
Bye.